Okay, everybody, we have TempoStorm going up against oVo. I know when you look at the team names, it's Team 1 versus Team 2. I was told that that TempoStorm is to blame. They created the draft. Team 1 is TempoStorm, Team 2 is oVo. And TempoStorm, they ban out Zagara right away. Alright, so apparently we are letting the dogs out again today. Fair enough. Swanee, my friend. To run the ban again by oVo.
Actually, this might be even worse, just spamming the A key. She
doesn't even say A. All right. Oh my god. So, boys, we have Tyran the band, Kel'Thas taken. The reaction of oVo is again a Thrall Falstad. Falstad, once again, of course, on this map, extremely strong because you can use the Mighty Gust to steal bosses away. Positioning is amazing as well. And, well, right now we have a Thrall as a first pick once again. Like, he in general is a big lane bully. He's pretty amazing. We oftentimes even see him against Zagara and oVo. They go for him. It looks like TempoStorm is actually thinking about dropping an early Zeratul here already. That would be a very early Zeratul. Like, the pick itself doesn't really surprise me as much, since Zeratul is very popular in the North American scene, and we've even seen him on Europe as well. It's just like that he's picked this early, which is a bit of a surprise, because it allows now, of course, oVo to go for a bit of counterplay against Zeratul. And there's a couple of heroes that you can really take to make that happen. For example, you could go into a Charism as a heal, and then adjust on the level 4 talent. You can go into also Tassadar, which helps you with it too. We have bans after that, so I suppose the TempoStorm could ban out a Tassadar if they are worried about Oracle. They took ETC plus Zeratul. There's quite a lot of potential already for combos here. We've seen already in the European scene a bit earlier today that Zeratul, of course, with Diablo and Apocalypse works still quite nicely. Even with Sonya trying to drop that leap in. Uther is very, very popular on the North American server, way more popular than he is in Europe right now. He's of course great, especially if you combo him with an ETC, but they're also thinking about a ban on Sonya, switching it up currently. And I can't blame them here, but I think actually that ban on Uther is probably a bit better than having Sonya ban in here. If you're really worried about the Divine Shield mosh pit, then you should try and get rid of it as is. Sundering, of course, helps you quite a bit, and they ban Abathur, alright. Abathur in Europe not really played anymore, but if he's played, then it's usually Cursed Hollow where we see him with a double Jaina. In this case, it's the double Zeratul that oVo is afraid of, and of course that split soak experience of Abathur. So that's actually like a pretty cool adjustment that we already have there. That they are willing to commit to an Abathur ban to make sure that there's no double Zeratul jumping on Falstad or any other squishy that they're going to take. And that is quite smart, since if you have two Zeratools moving in and then that cleave and singularity spike hitting, like squishies are just melting away like flies. It's very crazy. That's also made no sense what I just said, so ignore that, like the thingy, the metaphor. Yeah, Uther is now banned out. In this case, it's actually by TempoStorm because they want to deny it to Thrall. That was, of course, one of the hopes that oVo still had. Apparently, we're letting the dogs out again. But I hope no AA spam anymore. Are people arguing right now what is the most annoying thing there? No, nothing's happening. Okay. No message this time. We have for now Diablo taken for oVo. You would probably try and combo him with something. I mean, Thrall can be nice. Yeah, well, you can go with that, as I said in the last game, you can actually go for the combo with the Sundering into Apocalypse, which is super awesome. You Sunder first, and then the targets, of course, get stunned. And if you drop that Apocalypse roughly at the same time, or just shortly after that Sundering hits, then you're going to get that double stun, and that really helps you a lot. Brightwing picked as the heal. Brightwing, now mainly, first, like two things. Brightwing has Peekaboo, which she can use on level 4, so that she gets Vision of Zeratul, and then Polymorph against ETC. So a very nice counter pick here now on the side of oVo to make sure that they have something that they can use to deal with Zeratul and with ETC. And Brightwing fills that role quite nicely. So that's the thought process behind what they're doing right now. Charism picked for TempoStorm at the same time now though. And, well, he is, of course, still quite powerful here. A Vala for additional wave clear now. So they have a single frontliner Charism helping out. Zeratul, of course, also quite melee, but not really as tanky. ETC is the single tank that they have in a setup, and a lot of area of effect damage. Zeratul is the one who really has to try and provide a lot of damage, and especially pressure against Falset, so that Falset is not just going to hammer ETC into the ground the entire time. And oVo is actually pretty sweet setup against this, to be honest. I mean, it's not like a perfect counter setup or anything, but you can really tell that the way that they get those heroes in works quite nicely. I mean, Mosh Pit shouldn't really come through, especially after level 16 when Falset has also hammer time and that additional stun as well. Sundering is going to counter it out too. Apocalypse is going to counter the Mosh Pit. They need to be careful of Zeratul, which is of course a given, and they have to be careful at that point for sure. So that's where Brightwing comes into play with those, with Phase Shield, then also Hyper Shift and Peekaboo. That's going to be very important for her. Vala for solid damage now, AoE damage and also push pressure, potential tribute channels, and a Jaina apparently for OVO as the additional hero. Now at level 7 she could adjust, of course, with the Frost Armor against Zeratul. That would work. There's a lot of damage, and it's going to be tricky to actually keep Diablo as a solo tank alive, I feel. I mean, like, that's one of his that's one of his biggest problems in general. Even more dogs. Thanks for the support, guys. That was me, all those dogs
Doggy
again.
spam.
Doggy spam or doggy style, we don't know. So Jaina taken for extra damage, and I mean, if you go Sundering into Apocalypse, into Jaina and Blizzard, that of course would be like the dream with the setup that they have. But they need to keep Diablo alive, and that's where Thrall is really necessary, because they need to make sure that Thrall somehow assists Diablo a bit, and theoretically needs also to peel for him a little bit when he's focused. This is going to be the most crucial part for them. Can Diablo in the late game stay alive? Early on it's not going to be an issue. Later on, of course, it's going to be a problem a bit. TempoStorm versus OVO, guys. We're going to jump in. Cursed Hollow is the map. Let's get ready and find out which team is going to advance to the semifinals. Game between TempoStorm and OVO just started. OVO, they defeated the regular people in the first round. Now they are going up against the pro people. We are seeing TempoStorm to the left side, and it is Stray on ETC. We have Goku on Zeratul, KO on Kel'Thas, Soldier on Vala, and 6 on Charism. To the right side of the map, again, OVO with the Oculus and Diablo as a solo tank in the setup. It's going to be interesting to see if they can keep him alive in the late game. We're seeing Talaz on Falstad, Yoleto on Jaina, Trap Queen on Thrall, and Insomnia on Brightwing. Brightwing, of course, going to be rather crucial here. First of all, with the Polymorph against ETC's potential Mosh Pit. Also against Zeratul if he goes deep into the backline. And then at the same time, Brightwing will have to use Peekaboo on level 4 to get some vision on the map and make sure that they get a sense of where exactly Zeratul is positioned. The traps are already being set up on both sides, but nobody's running into it. Stray actually starts to. And there comes the Oculus. They jumps in, goes for Vala, and Vala is not dying. Unbelievable. She is what? Turns around, they get the kill, but they lose Charism. Diablo trade versus Charism. Stray. Oh, there comes that extra Brightwing damage now on the Arcane Precision play. Well done here. Double kill against TempoStorm. Basically, OVO is moving into this game here, and they're like, Tempo who? And they get the double kill. But well, TempoStorm hasn't lost that game yet. They lost 2 heroes, and that's it. They're not even far behind in experience or anything like that. We have at level 1 now, Season Marksman taken for Falstad. We're seeing Devil's Stew on Diablo, and we have Brightwing starting things up with a Hyper Shift here. Heading into Peekaboo on level 4 then, of course. The composite arrow on on Vala. Composite arrow on Falstad, that would be nice. I would like to see that. Talaz at the bot lane up against 2 right now. And I mean, for now, it's really just all about, okay, who is going to get this combo locked up? Because we have Thrall with the potential Sundering straight into the into the Apocalypse on Diablo, and then afterwards, just like the extra damage with Jaina's potential Ring of Frost, or at least the Blizzard and Cone of Cold. And at the same time, if you're looking at what TempoStorm is currently rocking here, that Zeratul can, of course, always threaten, especially Zeratul. Falstad, my bad. So, yeah, there's like a couple of things that really work quite nicely. Oh, but ETC, look at that. OVO dropping ETC in the mid lane now, taking him down. And that is actually starting to become really annoying for TempoStorm. TempoStorm is currently down a level and also down a talent. We have level 4 already for Team OVO. And that is starting to become a little bit dangerous. Like, so far, it hasn't been TempoStorm, it has been Slow Breeze. Talas and KO at the bot lane up against each other. At the top, Goku is now starting to put some pressure onto Insomnia, but TempoStorm really has to find a bit of momentum because so far the game is not really going well for them. They're not really super far behind, but still it's 3 kills against 1 and an experience. They're dropping a bit. So let's see what happens when we have the first tributes and the first real team fights in the game. We now see Master Warplay taken on level 4. It's basically the additional focus attack talent, or the focus attack version of the talent, if you so want. Slight adjustment on it. We have Snowstorm taken as the level 4 talent after the lingering chill that we already saw in the last game by them. Arsenal now taken, so not that max damage build with the repeating arrow that we've seen played by OVO in the game against regular people. Again, the fight already starting, and we have level 4 versus level 4 on the extra talents, and solid position so far for TempoStorm. They need to be careful here, but they are putting some solid damage in, and once again they are being jumped, especially, oh, that burst against Kel'Thas. Kel'Thas is dead, Srey is dropped as well, and that is all of a sudden a 5 versus 3 situation. 6 is even nearly dying here. Oh my god, like what? Falstead nearly dropped him. Falstead himself is dead now. Oh, wow. He went very greedy. But still, they get the tribute. They also get the kills. And they're playing a very, very solid game in this situation. So yeah, job well done. 5 kills against 2 at this point. And once again, the move straight into the mid lane. The death on Falstead, I guess, was a little bit unnecessary. But overall, OVO is playing this really nicely. We're having TempoStorm in a bit of trouble. But keep in mind then again that Diablo as a solo tank in the early game is usually always pretty strong. And later on, his problem is survivability. That's where Thrall has to make sure that he peels a bit for him and really puts the pressure onto the opponent. For now, it looks like Goku is actually just like waiting around here and seeing if he can maybe steal the camp away. But it's not really working out just yet. He even puts Srey into play now. ETC moving over and trying to help out here. We have another camp taken on the map now too. Over there to the left side. Yep, there we have it. 6 already taking it. So the Boozer camp is coming to play for TempoStorm a bit earlier. Level 7 versus level 7 now, and that gives us the extra talents. Peekaboo, of course, has a level 4 talent for Brightwing already. That was an important choice. They needed that to get the vision on Zeratul in these fights. And it's, of course, a no-brainer to go for the face shield then on level 7 here for the additional shield. The rest of the talents with a Frostbitten and a follow-through. We have also the tribute spawning now that the next camp is taken. This time the Bruiser camp on the side of OVO. And now they have to at least attempt to go for that tribute. Top lane, Falstead can always fly down if need be. Zeratul is still there. He knows that as well, so he doesn't have to rotate yet. We're seeing at least on level 4 now searing attacks taken as well. And they are all starting to jump into the bot lane, at least TempoStorm that is, with the exception of Zeratul. Everybody else on the side of OVO is just like staying on lane. They're getting the experience, pushing the camps here. Not really putting too much effort into it just yet. We're seeing the top lane pressure though. Oh, Falstead nearly dead, but so is Goku, and Falstead can of course always just go away and then fly back in, so he is going to be back with full HP in a few moments. Yeah, there comes the vision already. They're actually trying to go for Zeratul here, but he gets away. That would have been a polymorph and maybe a kill, so Brightwing apparently making the call in voice and saying like, alright, listen boys, just stay there, I'm gonna be there in a second, maybe we can get a sneaky kill, and even if not, you can just always go back and heal up. So on again, we're having, 6 and Soldier at the bot lane. They are ahead in experience right now, TempoStorm. They might have lost a couple of heroes in the last few fights, but they still get the lead in experience. It's a small one, it's not going to hold long, but it is definitely something that they are currently rocking. At the top lane, we still have currently Insomnia attack. Goku is there. Insomnia with a polymorph moves away and is able to escape. Searing attacks, of course, on Zeratul are also allowing him to get some extra damage in with the auto attacks. Tribute spawning would be the second tribute, no matter for which team. Having solid damage output on both sides already. They go for Goku, but they don't have what it takes to lock him down and drop him here. The level 10 abilities, that's what they're aiming for, both of the teams. It's going to hit a little bit faster for Team OVO, actually. And that forces TempoStorm back for a second, but they have their own now, with a 7-sided strike, Sundering Apocalypse on the opponent's side, Mighty Gust, Water Elemental, and Blink Heal. And we see ETC with a stage dive. The talent was changed, but first of all, we have everybody jumping in. They go in with the Sundering. Here comes the Apocalypse. It's too late, though. Apocalypse timing was off. OVO, they lose Diablo. He's going to be back soon. But But yeah, they could have done so much more here. The timing on the Apocalypse was a bit too late. They could not get the combo with Sundering properly. Now Mighty Gust is being used. They wait for Diablo to come back in, but keep Zeratul in mind. He's looking for an opportunity to go in for the kill. No, Void Prison. They want to go for the tribute, and that's what they do. But the fight isn't over just yet. ETC, he jumps in. He needs to be careful, though. ETC, straight down, KO down. They go for 6, and Karazim dashes away. He still might die here, and he does. It's a triple kill against TempoStorm. They all die. 8 kills against 3 against them, and now we have an immediate move for boss. Stage Dive, on the other hand, the talent has now been taken. It has been changed in the last mini-patch that Blizzard just now released. Incredibly cool to see that the teams are willing to commit to the talents now. We had a very similar situation in Europe as well, where teams started to go straight into unused talents, previously unused talents. ETC, Stage Dive, Stage Death, more like it. He gets completely taken out. Nice stun here, by the way, by the boss. Boss already taken. They're trying to jump away. They heal on false. That will kill as Vala moves in. But Vala, Soldier! Oh, Zeratul, they kill him. In comes KO now, though, and tries to get another kill. And it looks like Trap Queen. Oh my god, and Falstad is falling. Trap Queen is getting away. What a slaughter here. Like, both of these teams are really just taking every single kill they get, every chance, every opportunity to be aggressive. A quick pause here from the Oculus. And guys, like, this is getting a little bit insane here, if you ask me. I mean, right now we have the boss over here still. We see, as you can see, Trap Queen just barely getting out of it. I mean, Trap Queen actually trying to get away here, but for a second it looked like he would now die as well. So things are looking very, very cool with like Falstad dying, Brightwing dying, Thrall just getting away, Diablo getting away, everybody's still down here. And Stage Dive being used on ETC, it got a damage increase. And with the vision that they had on Zeratul here, ETC Stage Dived in and just got taken out. They nearly took down Vala too, who was hiding in the bush and dropping all the damage in. Talking damage in particular, by the way, just have a quick look at that. We currently have on the side of TempoStorm, Vala with 23,000. Didn't even die yet. The only hero on TempoStorm's lineup that did not die yet. And to the right side of the map, we are seeing, of course, oVo, and they have solid damage output on Thrall, 17,000, 17k on Jaina now as well. Still 12,000 on Zeratul, by the way, just mentioning that too, since he's, of course, the one with the auto attack damage here, searing arrows and everything. But yeah. I guess like that attempt by ETC to jump in here was more so to delay what was going on, but he jumped right into 5 heroes, and that usually doesn't work. Vala arrived a moment later, but she was already too late to really help out there. At least got a couple of kills then. To be honest with you, I think they could have really killed Vala too, but they just didn't follow it up. They didn't realize how low she was after Jaina dropped a bit of damage in. For now though, it's still like 3 heroes on the map against 4, but the boss is going to do some damage at the top lane. It's an 8-minute boss on the other hand, so he shouldn't really be doing too much yet, but he will at least move through here. 7-sided strike was another talent that was, of course, used in the last battle that we had there. With the rest of the talents that we've seen so far, one of the things that I want to highlight also as well is loudspeakers. That helps if you want to try and push them out of a boss or any other camp on the map. So that's something that ETC was probably banking his hopes on, that he could just like jump in, just slide through once, and then simply use the loudspeakers. Didn't work out for him. There was also false set around, but it was at least an attempt that they went for. So once again, we have up at the top the boss being defended against, as expected, not going to do too much. But every single structure counts, and dropping the well is already a very big deal. Taking the first tower down here too, it's extra experience. And we have now Diablo also getting that tribute. And it's 2 tributes against 2. So the next one is going to decide which team is going to be cursed first. And let's not forget that we are looking at an earlier level 13 most likely for oVo. They have 10 kills against 5, and that is a big issue right now. Now ETC can of course like stay at the off lane and just jump in with the stage dive, and that's something that he is going to try and do. So we're gonna find out how that's gonna work out for them. I don't really mind the decision to go into stage dive so much, to be honest with you, because if you go into a mosh pit, you have Apocalypse against you, you have Hammer Time Later against you, Mighty Gust against you, Sundering and Polymorph. You're never gonna get a mosh pit through there. So going into stage dive after the talent even got buffed by Blizzard is not the worst choice here at all. It's actually like a very solid decision to make. Level 13 talents aren't ready yet, but already a bit of a trap being set up. And of course, Brightwing is going to try and work towards that level 13. And they are going to get that. Up at the top lane, it's going to hit any second now. They already aim for the curse and the tribute. There's the 13 talent. Brightwing jumping in, gets the vision now as well. And they immediately go for Goku. He eats some damage, has to move away. Talas is channeling, and he's going to get that channel through. Yeah, nice pulling off. Brightwing with nice zoning here. Good job by Insomnia. And now we have once again the range on the Snowstorm. Stormfront has been taken as a level 13 talent for Jaina. It's 13 versus 13 now, but they are going for it. They want ETC. They're trying to lock him down. And here comes the Sundering. They're going for him again. Not quite successful at that, though. Bombs everywhere. And the Chain Bomb talent is ready. ETC jumping in with the stage dive. Apocalypse already used. They're going for Jaina in the backline. Immediately Void Prism dropped as well. Giletto tries to get in, but he's a bit too late. Is he going to be healed? Doesn't look like it, but he's so nice. Peel, great peel. And Goku down, Kel'Thas dead. It's a double kill already. Great play here by oVo and TempoStorm. They are getting slaughtered here, at least in kills. They might not be too far behind in experience yet, but they are an entire level behind. And now we're having a move straight for the boss at the bot lane. Top lane, Ford has already been eliminated. In the mid lane, towers are being dropped now as well. At the bot lane, there's another camp moving in. And of course, this is just going to be an easy boss for them. With a 5 versus 3, there is no doubt about it. They move in for it, and they are going to take it and push the bot lane. Groupies taken on ETC. The chain bombs didn't help. Frost shot on Vala didn't help either. And this is just once again oVo playing great, like a great Heroes of the Storm here. The zoning on especially Jaina was something that I found absolutely incredible in the last fight. After she just barely managed to get into the Void Prison, it looked like she would die right afterwards. But she didn't. They peeled for her. She moved away. And that was exactly what they needed there. That was very, very solid play on their part. Now they are 15 versus 14 ahead. The boss at the bot lane is not going to be doing too much. It's still an early boss in the game, but is able to drop a few of the structures. And with that, of course, they're going to attempt to maybe have something else dropping in the mid lane. Another fort down, 3 forts eliminated. oVo is playing very well. And right now, it's TempoStorm, like, they are really struggling here. The only hero that hasn't died yet is Vala. 5 deaths on ETC alone, and that's a bit brutal. Especially with level 60 now, of course, soon be ready for oVo, and they are going to try and use that as fast as they can. So if they have the opportunity to get maybe a bit more experience, take another camp here at the bot lane, for example, they should be able to go into the next fight with level 16. And that is something that TempoStorm can't fight. That's something that can't take. They can't engage into that. So the next tribute should end up in the hands of Team oVo without even a contest. There's level 16 any second now. Brightwing, especially up at the top lane, has now, with the additional damage that she got to a few of her talents, now more pushing power. And she's using that. A very nice extent. Level 16, there it is. And with that, we are going to see another tribute spawn very soon on the map. Imposing presence for Diablo. Hammer time for Falstad, and we're seeing also now the Critterize taking. Critterize for the vulnerable. They're really trying to drop a few targets here, with also Jaina going into Numbing Blast now. So interesting talents here to take. We don't have a tribute on the map yet either, by the way, so it might be a 16 versus 16 battle after all. Let's see how they're going to... yeah, there's the tribute. It could be a battle on even talents, if they really want to go for it. The boss is actually attacked. Oh, wow. I am not so sure about that at this point. But now it's 16 versus 16, and that means Stone Skin for Zeratul. They're having Speed Metal taken. Boss is being attacked. They go for it again. Mighty Gust. They don't have to use it. They get the boss. Unbelievable. They actually get it. They snipe it in. It's not seen. Here comes again Apocalypse being used. They go for it. They go for Kel'Thas. Kel'Thas, Void Prison is saving him barely. We have the Healing Ward in play. ETC jumps onto the Void Prison. But here comes Trap Queen again, trying to rush away. Nice, Mighty Gust. Talas, Insomnia, everybody is so low, but they're escaping. And the boss is moving through the top lane. Good kill from Goku. It's jumping in and taking down Brightwing, but Falstad is going to escape it. It looks like the rest of the team is also getting away here. Soldier was looking, but didn't see Trap Queen, and therefore we have Thrall moving away. The Oculus, on the other hand, he's in a bit of trouble. The team is cursed now as well. The red team is cursed. Diablo is trying to survive a bit longer. He's going to be dropped, but he's going to be back after 4 seconds. Already some extra damage attempts against 6. The boss is still over here, went through the wall already. Curse or no curse, it doesn't really matter to him, of course. 16 versus 17. TempoStorm is suddenly in the lead here. 12 kills against 7. The boss still on keep. Not going to be able to drop it, though. And we're seeing the defense on the side of Team OVO moving into the lanes and pushing back what they can push back. 17 versus 17. TempoStorm gathering the experience now at the bot lane. Ledos just trying to get some EXP. They know about the position of the opponent thanks to the walls here. So Jaina knows that she's safe. Doesn't have to move back. And still a bit of poke. Cannot go too deep, but apparently they're trying to. Not sure what that was, but Diablo with a big mistake here. Sunring used. The Oculus trying to be keeping him alive. He is dead this time for the count, but Zeratul is dying as well. And there comes ETC again with a stage dive. Chain bombs everywhere. They kill Thrall. They kill Brightwing. OVO, they are too greedy now. That dive by Diablo, a big mistake. He did not have the support yet, and he went far too deep. That didn't work out for them. They should have waited for Apocalypse. They could have waited a little bit longer. They didn't. And now suddenly they are way behind an entire level. And again, I said it in the early game, the problem with the composition will be keeping Diablo alive in the late game, and that's exactly what we're seeing here. He is dying very, very fast, and that is making him a bit of a liability. Oftentimes you see Diablo with a second tank. In this case, his only ally at the front is Thrall, and Thrall has to try and zone for him, and he tried to do that, but Diablo went too deep, and then they took him out. The chain bombs are a problem. They have to deal with this somehow, and Diablo should have waited a bit longer. Now they are behind, 19 to 18. Not really the game that OVO was envisioning after they started with such a great opening, but now TempoStorm is suddenly ahead in the game and could try and turn this around. So at this point, we already have camps taken again by Srainer's boys. Damage is not looking too bad for them either, especially Vala here with 45,000. Zeratul is opening a lot of space up for Vala so that she can dish the damage out. Kalthas didn't really get any momentum for himself yet in the game. And even with all those bosses that were claimed earlier, they can't really make any plays. Zeratul jumps in, jumps out again with the wormhole, but they are wrapping around. Brightwing has to jump in. She needs to go for the shield. They go for Diablo. Seven-sided strike. Apocalypse being used. Brightwing in play. They're trying to go for Vala. She's already using Strafe. Zoned out. ETC jumps in. Stage dive. Trap Queen about to fall. So does Diablo. Both of them down, and this is just a cleaning job at this point. They take down team after team member, and now we're having 19 versus 18, nearly level 20. OVO, great early game, but they definitely reveal some weaknesses here in the late game now. Very unfortunate for them, actually, considering how far they were behind, but this is now TempoStorm's time to shine. They move in, they start to drop another boss, they can use that to push in, they will have the level 20 talent, and it should be a keep. And that is a big, big problem for OVO. Their only hope is the level 20 talent. They need to go into the Storm talents as well and then try to take it from there. That might allow them to bring this back, but at this point it is looking grim. The good thing is that both of the teams are currently at 0 tributes, so even if TempoStorm is now getting 1 or 2 without a contest, they won't be able to curse the opponent again. Diablo could actually try and go for the channel, but yeah, he moves back. They need to defend against the boss. He knows that too. Here's the 20s now, and we have Crowd Pleaser. Great talent, an amazing talent to take. Nexus Blades have been grabbed by Zeratul, Double Bolt of the Storm, and Transgression over the 7-sided strike, so the extra ult now. So yeah, they start to move in with this, and this should be at least keep. This should be keep right now. How far is TempoStorm going to go with this? Are they willing to really commit and go and try and drop the core, or are they just saying like, hey, keep, that's it for now? Zeratul is starting to move in. The damage, the poke from a distance against the boss is already down to half health, but that keep is about to be gone, and TempoStorm is moving away. They're saying like, alright, this is enough. They already took the tribute over there. Diablo, just by barely one single root and a couple of hits from those minions, is already on half health. And that is an issue, but they have the level 20 talent soon enough. The game isn't over yet. TempoStorm has taken a significant lead here, but this game is not over just yet. And as long as level 20 isn't ready for OVO, TempoStorm feels safe enough to go up to the boss and drop a second one. And that's something that they can't really allow. They know that it's happening, but can they really prevent it? I doubt it. With Falstad, maybe they can steal it away. But they need the vision. And they're already up at the top here. They need to be careful. Again, Diablo isolated. Diablo isolated. Transgression drops in before Brightwing can jump in. And now it's a 4 versus 5. Welcome to the problem. Diablo as the solo tank, oftentimes in the late game, a liability. Brightwing a bit too late for that. It's quite unfortunate for the team actually. With Forza they could have tried to like zone them out and maybe push them back, but Mighty Gust is still down in cooldown and the boss has been taken. Another tribute on the map. It's 20 versus 20 talents, and once Diablo is back they might be able to turn this around. This is going to help him a lot actually. Lord of Terror is a great talent if you want to keep the hero alive, and it's something that he will have to rely upon during these fights. Mighty, well, Epic Mount is taken. for Falstad. Double Bolt of the Storm, and we see Brightwing with also Rewind, which is going to be a great talent for her too. But yeah, this is going to be a very, very tricky game right now. Zeratul, of course, he took the tribute at the top bot lane already, so 2 tributes for TempoStorm, 0 at this point for OVO. And TempoStorm, they are pushing this in again. They go for keep number 2. Here comes ETC, jumping in with the crowd pleaser, trying to go for it. Talas is very much isolated. Transgression used, here comes the Apocalypse. They're trying to go for Karazim. 6 on the other hand is still alive, and he's dashing away in the last second. At the same time now, once again, we're seeing OVO trying to push this out. They have the Water Elemental already in pursuit. The boss is going to go for core on the other hand. And again, those chain bombs everywhere. The Oculus needs to be careful. He's very low. He's extremely low. He's getting zoned. He's getting blink healed. Trying to escape here. Diablo dead. Once again, 6 is still alive, but drops. The boss is on core, going for the shield. Will be eliminated. No damage to the core itself, and they're going for the follow-up. Oh, Talas with the attempt. Oh, ADC jumps away. KO and his boys, they blinked away in the last moment when Falstad was flying in for the Mighty Gust. Didn't get that. That would have been a cool move if he would have been able to do that. There is another tribute now on the map though, and if that is captured by the team in blue, then it's going to be another curse, and it's already bad as is. So in comes Thrall. He's trying to go for it. Thrall, oh my god. Thrall is dead. The curse, it hits. And this is more, or this could be game. This should be game. This has to be game. 22 versus 20. Mighty Gust used Soldier here with his strafe. And now they're just like flying back. Thrall is already back. 86, oh sorry, it's of course Falstad. 86%, 83% on the core. Taking a lot of damage thanks to those minions. And for some reason, we are actually seeing them go through the wall. Not quite sure why TempoStorm is not simply going for core here. I feel they have everything that they need right now. With Thrall down, there is a 5 versus 4. Don't really think there's a risk to them. But they are playing this extremely safe and sound. Thrall, of course, has a chance to come back thanks to that. A 4 versus 5 attack. Oh, nice Apocalypse. Hitting Kalthas. Kalthas. Oh, again, the cooldown is ready. There's the fly in. They drop him. And Mighty Gust being used, but still the kill against Falstad. ETC is now down 2, though. And the 4 versus 5, they drop Zeratul as well. They fought a 4 versus 5, and they won it. They traded 1 for 3 in a 4 versus 5 situation, but that core is losing hit points, and it's losing it fast. 66% on it, and now 63. Again, they have 4 heroes on the map, 4 against 2, but can they really capitalize on it? There is a boss that could be taken. There's, of course, also a keep that could be dropped too. Now the curse is over, but can OVO really keep this game? I mean, it is absolutely insane right now. At this point, 16 kills against 17. They are going, like they are fighting for every inch of the map. And TempoStorm, they haven't won the game yet. I mean, yeah, they are far ahead. They dropped 2 keeps. They dropped 50% of the core. Like close enough, but they haven't won it yet. And the boss at the bot lane is going to be taken now. They're going to go for it. They're going to go for the boss, and let's see what they can do with it. Let's look at the bot lane. Currently, well, gate is done. Towers are nearly dead. So if they take the boss now 22 minutes in, that boss is going to hurt a lot. So they can really make some plays with that. But there is already TempoStorm on the way. ETC jumps in. Crowd Pleaser is there. They're going for it. Where's Falstad when you need it? Where's the bird? The bird needs to fly in. The bird needs to be there. Zeratul is coming back now too. Where is that damn bird? Finally it's there, but they go for a boss. Thrall is there. Mighty Gust, they don't get it. They're trying to move in. No, this is TempoStorm. TempoStorm, they steal it away. The bird was too late. Falstad not there in time, defending the home base, but unfortunately he was in the wrong position. He tried to go for the Mighty Gust. If he would have been on the point, that would have been so much easier for them. The GGs are already called. The Oculus is not reacting anymore. Well, actually, he tries to go for an Apocalypse, but this is over. They know it. TempoStorm knows it. This is game. He uses a lot of terror, keeps himself alive a little bit longer. B steps for a moment. 17 kills against 22. ETC, he jumps in again. And this, ladies and gentlemen, this is game. TempoStorm, they win it, and they advance to the semifinals of the Enter the Storm North America Qualifier. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is GG and the end of another series here on Khaldor TV with Heroes of the Storm. So once again, we have another video finished, and I hope that you enjoyed the commentary and that you liked the game, of course, as well. It was a pleasure casting the match for you. And if you guys really enjoyed it, then make sure that you give that video a thumbs up on YouTube. And of course, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, feel free to do that too. If you have friends that are interested in Heroes of the Sports esports scene, then definitely recommend the channel to them, or just show them the video if they want to see like a bit how the pros are drafting here, especially of course when it comes to the North American scene, European scene. And I mean, these days we even have a couple of Chinese games on the channel here, so I hope that you enjoy that as well. That being said, thank you very much for watching again. I'm going to see you guys next time with more Heroes of the Storm content here on the channel. Have a great day and enjoy your week, and see you soon. Bye bye.